The Cowboys and the Eagles, Chris, sometimes with your it's the thing I love about doing Overreaction Monday, our segment and our podcast, is the concept. We came up with this 8 years, 6 years, 7 years ago, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, let's come up with a concept where obviously everyone's got an overreaction segment in our business or what have you, and it's like, let's take in what the general consensus, the craziness in our sports media world says in a knee-jerk reaction, and see if there's any legitimacy to it. Right? Like, that's what we...
Yeah, we hit a topic, and then we kind of talk it out.
And sometimes you're so off the wall that it's laughable, right? But they're also based in facts of what is happening and how people view it, and
it's a snapshot of the
moment.
That's
why I love the construct and how we're executing it. Obviously, this is not one of those moments like, let me talk about how great we are. Yeah. But the reason why I bring it up is that sometimes you get it spot on.
By accident.
Yeah. But by trying to be off the wall,
right,
you get it spot on.
Yeah.
And I think about a month ago, you said the NFC East is going to be winless in the playoffs. Yeah. That you thought the Eagles and the Cowboys, despite the conversation we've been having all season long about them dueling it out for that all-important NFC East championship, because that's going to be the highest seed, potentially even the 1 seed, the bye week. And then when the Cowboys, as we know, got smoked by San Francisco, and then the Eagles lost to San Francisco, that got downgraded from the 1 seed conversation down to the 2 seed. And the Lions even raised their hand saying, well, we might be the 2 seed until the eligible stuff happened. And so the Eagles fall off a cliff, and the Cowboys lose in Miami after they lose in Buffalo. And you go on the air and you say they're going to go both one and done.
Yep.
That was your overreaction. I believe I called that an overreaction. I said that is not going to happen. And not only did they get one and done, the Eagles and the Cowboys, I asked this of NFL Network research right around the second quarter last night, when I sensed that the Eagles, as soon as they didn't get the brotherly shove in, I said, this is done. I reached out. I'm like, how many times have we ever seen in the history of the playoffs, or just give me the Super Bowl era, how many times have we seen a division send multiple teams to the playoffs and everybody gets one and done, and they don't even hold a lead in either of the games? So I even upped it. Like, your overreaction was winless. And they won't even have a lead in the playoff games that they both get one and done in.
Yikes.
I would have called that an overreaction, but it happened. It's the 6th time in the Super Bowl era a division has sent multiple teams to the playoffs, and they lose without even holding a lead. This year's Cowboys and Eagles, last time it happened was in 2021, when the Cowboys and Eagles did it.
Really?
Yeah. Remember when Jalen Hurts got one and done by Tom Brady and the Bucs?
Okay.
And the Cowboys didn't even hold the lead against the 49ers in the game where they didn't get the ball spotted.
Right.
The other instances were the 05 AFC South, Colts and Jaguars, 03 AFC West, Chiefs and Broncos, the 86 NFC West, Rams and Niners, and the 73 AFC Central, Bengals and Steelers. Multiple teams to the playoffs. They get one and done, and they don't even hold a lead at any point in the game. That's how remarkably disappointing the NFC East turned out to be this year. Not only did they get one and done, they never even had a lead. And in the case of the Cowboys, they weren't even close. And last night, the closest they were was, 3-0?
It was 3-0, yeah.
And even then, the way the Eagles were performing, it looked...
Well, they just got dominated on that first drive, and you kind of felt if you're the Eagles fan, you felt lucky that they only kicked a field goal.
Well,
but
when David Moore scored that 44-yarder and like he ran through it like it was a flag football game.
yeah.
And then Trey Palmer ran through it 56 yards.
I mean, tackling is just effort. Like it's.
That's why I call it the runny nose. Like the patient is ill. Like unable to throw strikes in baseball.
Yeah.
Right. Turnovers in basketball.
Yeah, it's just ugly, undisciplined.
Right.
I can't believe
those are the ones
happened.
that you feel is the most fixable. It's not a physical fix. It's a mental.
Yeah, it's just focus.
Fix. And that's why it always falls on the coaching when you turn it over in basketball. Again, like for the Steelers, they were not prepared to play that game yesterday. That fumble, and then Mason Rudolph throws that one poor pass. When Elam, it looked like Elam was gonna. He was getting toasted on that drive.
Yeah, and then he just turns around, and then there's the ball. But the Steelers also got the benefit of that Freiermuth fumble that grazed off his helmet.
No, I hear you, but
yeah.
I'm just pointing out in turnovers to me in football isn't like that's coaching. It could be that you're constantly talking about points of pressure and you can't affect a player from losing it. Yeah. Or I'm going to use the example against what I love to talk about, reaching for the pylon.
Yeah,
you never see the Patriots do it, right?
Yeah,
or Belichick team. All I'm saying,
coach that way, yeah.
But not tackling. That's a coaching thing because the players aren't given the effort.
Yeah.
How about that? Not only was Brockman right about the NFC East being winless, they didn't even have a lead.
That's crazy.
And they're done. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern for free.